Hello, hello, welcome or welcome back. Let's sit back, relax, have a snack, and enjoy. Sit at My Grave, Season 4, Sanity or Salvation, Chapter 2. Shoes squeaked in the emptying halls as excited chatter sounded from all directions. Despite the busy months they all had, whether it be tough adjusting to being so far away from home or the workload thrusted on them, most everyone was eager to get back to a familiar lifestyle, even if it was only for a little while. A deep sigh rumbled through, giving the tight chest a bit of relief. Having a moment to himself, as brief as it might be, caused a smile to fall. Only when he was certain his friends were out of sight. Sometimes you have to do scary things to get to what you really want, you know? His own words came back to him often. He was definitely out of his comfort zone being here, but he wasn't exactly confident that the scary things he'd engaged in had corresponded with enriching his future. Walking down those college halls had him wavering. Some days, it didn't feel like he should even be there. Sure, his dorm was nice now. He worked to make it more cozy and feel lived in. It was a little home away from home, and his previous grades and teachers said otherwise. It appeared as the perfect setup. But his mistakes, decisions made on and off campus, not only shocked him, but would greatly surprise those who believed in him. A gentle frown took over his features, a frustrated confusion as he thought it all over. He'd be back home soon. Since he had been gone so long, time felt like it ticked slowly when he was away from his family. Yet, he looked at the calendars and realized in just a while the year would be over. The events he experienced being away at college were nothing like what he planned for. He now practiced in his head how he'd retell them all when his family would inevitably prod him for the details. He wasn't a liar, never had the heart for it, nor reason to. Yet now, the truth seemed so warped for him that he was almost convinced no one would believe it. He'd already began looking for ways to fix it before having to announce what happened. With help and mercy, things seemed like they could be looking up, but a lot of it depended on the reaction and cooperation of others in his life. At least he knew there was someone ready and willing, despite being far away at the moment. We better hurry. Everyone's trying to get home. The airport will be brutal. A focused but soothing voice pulled him back to his senses. He already managed to make it outside in the cold, toting his luggage along with him. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to call for a ride, wasn't I? Quickly apologized. I took care of it. When did you get so forgetful, Gala? She teased, fixing his hat on him. I guess I'm just so excited about seeing home again. I just got a little scrambled, you know. Excited to see Mom, Dad, Jenny, and he trolled off, reminiscing fondly. Her smile mirrored his before she spoke. I'm excited to see the old neighborhood too, but the nerves are there. They're fighting the joy away, she explained, her smile faltering as her shoulders sunk. Galen noticed, came to her aid, wrapping his arms around her tenderly. Carmela, look at me. Everything's gonna be okay. We'll figure it out, Galen assured her. She raised her head, giving her best effort to smile at him, for close in the distance, placing a soft kiss against his lips. The warmth of being together, at a time that felt like reassurance for both, but lately, those gentle touches and surety of their words, while comforting, there seemed to be a disconnect that only be realized as the hurdles got tougher. Carmela Rosales? The question broke their conversation. Galen and Carmela had been holding hands, waiting together, staying close, trying to block one another from the cold winds picking up. That's me, Carmela spoke up, unlocking her hand with Galen. The man nodded, rolling back up his car window, locking his doors and his trunk. I'll load up, Galen announced with a grin. He opened the back door for Carmela. She looked at him and then the luggage, and eventually gave him a half smile back before accepting the gesture, getting into the car, letting him close her door for her. I have a lot of stuff. Is that okay? Galen asked, trying to eye the driver. The man glanced back there and shrugged. Take your time, man, he replied. Thank you, Galen replied back, getting a nod in response as the driver became engrossed with his phone while he waited. Galen saw Carmela also began scrolling on her phone, earbuds tucked snugly in her ears. A sight escaped his mouth, a solemn look replacing his smile. He did believe it would work out, but he had to admit he felt a little lost at the moment. This wasn't how things were supposed to go. His plans had escaped him. He felt disappointed in himself. The only thing he could do was learn and move forward towards the best outcome for everyone involved. Galen placed one of his many bags into the trunk, neatly putting Carmela's one carry-on next to his. He creased with worry. He'd been so sure of his future and how to get there, and now he'd be facing the music to a different tune entirely. A thought graced his mind. He took out his phone, glancing one more time to be sure the other two were still distracted. Then he dialed the number, despite his apprehension. The ring started. He could feel himself tense lightly. The last few conversations hadn't gone so well. Everyone deserved more than one chance, right? Especially someone so close to him. If it didn't work, he'd just have to accept it. But at least, even with everything else going on, he'd gotten closer to other people. Genuine help in the chaos. He shouldn't be surprised when he didn't get an answer. But after seeing the message he was left, he was severely hoping they could get back to where they were. Maybe even better. He had a sinking feeling as he listened to a voicemail in his ear instead. He debated leaving a message himself. He wanted to talk to him, but he didn't want to feel like he was begging. He sighed. There was no use in a grudge. This wasn't going to help either of them. "Hey, Arden." "It's Galen." He started, his breath a bit shaky in the cold. Galen paused, looking up at the sky, watching his breath in the crisp air dissipate up towards the starry sky. It's taken me a while to get back to you. I guess you're busy with your trip now. I just want to, return your call," Helen continued. He debated speaking on Arden's apology, fearing he might start another fight if he spoke on it in the wrong way. I'm on my way home now. Taking the plane this time. I hope you're coming home too." Gal felt himself ease into a gentle smile as he spoke, putting his last bag in the back with one hand, keeping his phone to his ear with the other. Just as he reached to close the trunk, his message got interrupted. "Galen," the distressed voice rasped out.